In my last video, I talked about how I'm trying to be content with what I have, teach my kids to be content with what they have, and not always be looking for the next best thing. So tell me if this applies. So my husband and I have been living in our current home for 10 years. And during that time, our master bedroom has had a bed frame with a mattress on it, no headboard, and no footboard. And it was never really the plan to keep it that way for so long, but we turned around and here we are. So I have been really wanting to redo our master bedroom for years, but I've never wanted to spend the money on getting a whole new bedroom set and just haven't done it. So I was browsing around online. I found some bedroom furniture that I loved, but it was way out of our price range, especially because we are trying to cut back on our expenses right now. And I just felt discouraged and figured, okay, we'll just leave it the way it is. But then I was looking around on Facebook Marketplace to see if I could find something similar to what I really liked that I found online. And I found this bed. It's Amish made, solid oak, and it was free. I saw it 7 minutes after the listing was posted, and there were already a couple people trying to claim it. So I was pretty sure I wasn't going to get it, but I went ahead and messaged the person who had it anyway and told her I could pick it up immediately because I was just out running errands that day. And she messaged me back. I showed up and I had the bed gone in like 45 minutes from the time she posted it for free. So I took my minivan, I laid the seats down, I loaded it all into my van myself, I unloaded it from my van myself. When my husband got home from work, I had a lovely surprise for him and he helped me carry all the pieces upstairs. And then the next day I got to switching everything out. I'm still in a little bit of shock that someone was actually giving this bed away for free. And the fact that I was able to swoop in and get it out of all the people trying to claim it is just super exciting. It is not exactly the bed that I found online that I thought I would love, but it was free. It is of excellent quality and it really looks great in our room. So I'm super thankful that this all worked out. It is absolutely part of my personality to do things like this on impulse, and it drives my husband crazy. He is more of a planner. He does everything by the rules and follows directions, and I am the type to just impulsively go pick up a bed in my minivan and bring it home and start trying to put it together in my room with really no real plan, but it worked out, so it's fine. You will see me struggle here to move our old bed frame out and put this together in the same space. And if my husband had seen me doing this, he would be dying because I was propping parts up on the old bed frame and then I got it all like kind of stuck and I had to wiggle it out of the room. But at the end of the day, I got the old bed frame out, I got the new bed frame up, and it's all fine. Over the years, I've really changed my mindset about paying for things in cash. And there was a time that my husband and I would just buy things with credit cards or get loans for things that we wanted. And it's so easy to do that, but it can really get you into a place where you're paying so many bills every month on things that you bought a long time ago. And one day we just really realized that that is not the ideal way to do things. And it's so much better and it feels so much less stressful to save up and pay cash for things that you want or go without if it's something that you don't really need. Or in the situation of this bed, I could have bought the bed that I fell in love with online. It was super expensive. We had technically the cash to pay for it, but that cash wasn't set aside for that purpose. And we would just be stealing from something else that we wanted to do. And so instead we waited and this kind of fell in our laps and it worked out. Whether this bed was for free or even if I bought it from Facebook Marketplace for a really reasonable price, still is a much more solid decision than to pay a lot of money for something that we don't necessarily need, but we want, and put ourselves into a financial hardship to do so. So while this is really a tiny detail, I do think this is more practice in living simply and living within our means and saving money and cutting back on the consumer culture and just being content. And that's really what our family is striving for in this season. So in the video, I'm finishing up putting the slats across the bed. And what's funny, you'll see in a minute, is I get the box springs back on the bed and put the mattress on top of the box springs. And it's obviously way too high. What I didn't realize is that this bed doesn't need box springs. So what I actually ended up doing is I put the box springs and our old bed frame on Facebook Marketplace, and I sold those both for $70 together. And I laughed and told my husband, like, this free bed, I actually was paid $70 to switch out our bed, which is so funny. And this isn't always possible, but there are opportunities like this out there if you're just patient. And I'm not the best at practicing patience, and I fall into the traps of, online shopping and wanting something when I want it, just like everybody else does. But this was really a good lesson in that sometimes patience will get you there to the same destination. And really, the outcome is even better than if I had went ahead and bought the bed that I fell in love with online, because now we have this new bed and we also have the money that I could have potentially spent on this beautiful bed. So the next day, I am just making up the bed. I ended up not filming me putting the sheets back on the bed because the laundry didn't finish until later that evening, but I just wanted you guys to see the finished product. So here I'm just going to make the bed and show you what it looks like. I'm really happy with it. I'm super excited, and now I'm on the hunt for some bargain nightstands. So I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for coming along. Let me know what you think. Do you shop on Facebook Marketplace?